Welcome, my sisters and brothers, to the Law of One. I am Robert, humble messenger. It's my pleasure to share with you conscious channeling of LL Research. Messages from the Confederation of Planets in service to our one infinite creator. Today's question, the QO: what effect do gatherings such as this one have on the spiritual seeker's path? And what impact does it have on our polarization? We are those of QO, and we have received and appreciate this query. We are happy to offer our perspective with a reminder that we are not in body among you, experiencing the sensations, the energy transfers, and the lived impact of the self meeting other selves as you have this weekend. We are with you in unseen ways, and we genuinely experience a sense of upliftment, you may say, with each heart that flutters open when you come into contact with one another, when you let go of another thread of the hardness or the pretense of the armor that you have erected around your heart, so that you may be yourself, your true vibration among your brothers and sisters, that you may give and receive love more freely. Though we are densities apart, and our experience is quite different than your own, love is love. Our universe, your universe, is made of love. Your hearts begin to explore this love through the patterns of the journey, the interpersonal dynamics, and the inner work. And that love is our love as well. That love is that which we seek as well. And when it is given a space to manifest and be embodied in third density, we too light up, where the response to love is, from our perspective, love, and our hearts open with yours. That was a rather lengthy prelude to say that, in terms of the impact upon your journey, experiences such as this gathering are for the seeker to know, both in the moment, but in particular as you allow the experience to integrate and allow the seeds that were planted during your meetings to blossom, to provide fruit as you continue your journey, and as you strengthen that work that had been done previous to this weekend, that you may go forward. But we can say that in our observation, the impact is a rather positive one upon each who participates in such a gathering. The prerequisites are not that a certain place, per se, or certain people, per se, be present, but rather the authenticity of the seeking of truth, the desire, however imperfectly held, to open the hearts, the need and the inclination to respond with compassion, to suffering, and the understanding, if we may use this word, that all is one. These sorts of ingredients, when they coalesce in the shared purpose of a time period spent together in the same space, support each soul immensely. As is the lived of experience of many in this circle, there is perhaps some sense of aloneness in the journey. Each is blessed with those who love and those who support, but there is yet a desire for like company, to be seen and to see, to hide no longer. Thus, it is that those in this circle and of circles around the planet journey and sacrifice on various levels to be in such environments where they may have even a momentarily taste of that special circumstance. Special on your particular world, that is, of what it is like to exist, to operate, to exchange energy with those other souls whose green ray opens and vibrates and radiates and welcomes and receives you. You come together not to find ways to make profit, as is the often economic activity of your peoples, to build a better bomb or to pursue some other particular vanity project. Instead, you come together to share in your seeking of the one Creator. And you spend time talking about love, talking about light. Many times we have heard these words and concepts, and there are many associated qualities from your lips. If not expressed vocally, then upon your minds and in your hearts. In this exploration of those primordial qualities of intelligent infinity, of the one Creator, you are as threads, each contributing its own color woven together in a larger, more beautiful tapestry. A picture, shall we say, emerges when you share your energy so freely and so lovingly with one another. But instead of being dyed yarn, you are multifaceted jewels of light, reflecting and radiating the Creator in uniquely distorted but ever perfect ways. Your light blends with one another to create a picture which you may sense ever so dimly, which we, from our vantage point, may be honored to see rather clearly. And it is one that sings the praises of the one Creator in the joy and in the beauty that are inherent to reality itself. In an environment such as each has created here, this weekend, you find a taste of home. That home is a metaphysical one. It is your true estate as a divine spark of the one Creator presently identifying with a body moving through a physical world, through the stages of birth and growth, decline and death, through the suffering and sorrow of this world. But your world is, as we perceive it, not quite helpful in reminding you of your true estate. Instead, the collective sinkhole of indifference creates something of a gravity well that draws your attention and captures the identity in a story of the entity as completely separate from all other entities, and indeed the universe itself. The entity as a consumer, the entity as being merely of thoughts and emotions, the entity as perhaps even merely a body wherein your consciousness is some inexplicable epiphenomenon derivative or subsequent to the material body. Your illusion, as your peoples have built it, does not quite invite you to come home into your true beingness, into your place as a child of the one Creator, as a brother or a sister of all beings of the universe. Which is not to imply that you are in a bad place, so to speak, or a place from which needs escape. The illusion is purpose. It is designed to teach. And this particular illusion in which you find yourselves offers very potent catalysts for the recognition of self by self. But while the facilities of will and faith of the entity may make use of any outer situation, any quality of suffering from which they may learn and grow, it is exceedingly difficult to go it alone, as you may say, to be with others similarly seeking, and simply to share the self with one another is to lighten that load, is to find other shoulders to carry that which has weighed you down for so long, my friends. Though we know the joy of the Infinite One, our hearts do grieve with your own, the anguish, the confusion, the dark places in which you so frequently find yourselves. How we wish we could tap you on the shoulder, so to speak, and invite you to release that dark place and step back once again into your true home, into that place which you never left, that being the light. It is only an illusion. It is only a concept that captures your attention and identity and leads you to the firm belief that you are small, that the world is bigger than you, that there is something to fear intensely, that you are cut off and strangled and alone. This is an illusion. This is real on your terms, valid and tangible, and that which must be worked with. But from the broader perspective, not real, not actual. When we say or speak of your true home, it is not a geographical location that you left in some distant past. Though for those wanderers, there is a movement from the home environment, the home density, to this third density planet. We speak instead of, as we have described, the true estate, the birthright, the self as the creator. That self, which was never born and shall never die. That self which is here, right now, forever and always, and does not enter the dream of the illusion of time, for it is ever present. That home you have never left and can never leave, because it is your core identity right now. Even though, as you receive these words, you are certain otherwise, even though the pain you feel and carry and are confounded by seems to say otherwise. If such is my true estate, you may ask, then why do I suffer so? We may say that this is the puzzle for you that was not imposed upon you by any external intelligence or force or universe, but it was a puzzle that you put in place for yourself, that it may facilitate that which you sought to learn. When you have the key, we cannot describe this exact shape to you of that key, but we can firmly indicate that that key is made with love, with acceptance, with forgiveness. The door does not open without these qualities and their associated qualities. Entering those places where you have rejected the Creator, rejected or perhaps even deemed yourself and other self in rejection. And it is gatherings such as this one that empower exactly that work. What a gift you are to one another, though there are many ways you may be of service to each other in intentional ways by, as we have seen this weekend, sharing your gifts of voice, of song, of tarot reading, of slideshow, etc. These outer gifts are the vehicles through which the primary gift comes. And that is you. You are the gift. You are the truth you seek. But if you are a gift, then how much more is the other self to you? You could have opted not to seek out an experience such as this, but it called you. Certainly, you came to study, to learn, to gain information. But was it information that most spoke to your heart, or was it the presence of other selves? Did you wish to be in company? Did you wish for togetherness? Do you love others? Do you need others? My friends, each of you is, in an irreducible way, in the illusionary spectrum of progression, an individual. When you come together for purposes such as this weekend, you become a group. It, of course, does not erase the individual identity, but it does create that which you wish to participate in, a larger intelligence and an amplified environment of love and light. And before we transfer this contact to speak to the second portion of the query regarding your polarization and consciousness, again, only you can determine what fruit, what gift, such an experience as this has offered to you. But we can say in terms of the opportunity that it does indeed offer you an accelerated, we correct this instrument, does indeed offer you the opportunity to accelerate your journey of polarizing your consciousness in service to others. For that is what this environment is. One inherently of service to others. Again, not because you are offering a particular service, but because you are showing up authentically. even though, as is likely inevitable, you will be mirrored to in terms of those pretenses and guards around your being that you carry with you. And the default operation of the mind, as you experience in your daily life, may be present. Still, a truer version of, shall we say, your beingness is given freedom and space and permission to express itself. And in turn, the same is given to the other self. In this environment, you may see yourself more clearly, and that seeing polarizes your consciousness more strongly. You may be reminded of who it is you are and what it is you are here to do upon this planet. You may find hope when all seems to go awry with the world as you read in your headlines that there are compassionate, gentle beings in this world operating below the radar, lightening the planetary vibration with you at this particular junction upon your planet. And you may feel a sense, as has been described by this circle, of recharging your spiritual batteries so that you may go home into that journey that you set for yourself with renewed strength, with perhaps a clarified vision that you may recommit yourself to your path in the exercise of your will and faith. We thank you so much, our brothers and our sisters. We are one in this long journey, forever and always. We keep each of you and all those upon your world in our hearts. And we would reiterate that we are available to you to lend love and light and energetic support to your meditations and to your seeking. We, as always, await the request. At this time, we transfer our contact to the one known as Austin. We are those known to you as the Principal of QO.